Hey there everyone, ODMAA here coming at you with a Green Terriermon deck profile. So this is a Guil Bud's deck profile. He built this and showed it to me like before the set came out, and I got around to building it and playing it a couple times, so it's been pretty fun so far. It's really good actually. It's not the green hybrid version that topped the Ultimate Cup, but it's still a fun variant that's just straight up fun. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about green sometimes, but let's just dive into the deck profile and I'll explain the little games I played with it. I played against like the Mirror, D Reaper, Imperial Dramon. They all play very good, like again in those matchups. So we run 4 Gummimon obviously. So the inheritable is once per turn when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, draw 1 card. So this does come up. It's funny. It gets ridiculous. And then the 5th egg is a BBmon. While all your Digimon are suspended, it gets 1000 power. You need a 5th egg just because you go through the eggs pretty quick for some reason, even though it's Terriermon. You don't run Mimi. But green, it's always good to have 5 eggs. That's like my thing. Like, I know a lot of people like running 5 eggs in general, but like, I'd rather run 4 eggs in my deck building. Green's like the only color I make the exception where it's like you have to max that out at 5 because you accelerate pretty quick. Especially with Willis in deck. That's what it was. Willis, because he hatches an egg, so you kind of go faster. Even though it's not Mimi and you're moving out. So, still kind of the same. So, we run 3 Calamon. Very good card in deck. Let's read exactly what it does. I like reading, like, verbatim, so that way nobody misses anything. Because I know a lot of people who do deck profiles are like, oh, this card does this and this and this, without actually reading the card. I like to read the card, so, like, we know straight up what it does. When you would play this card from your hand, reduce its play cost by 2 if you have a Guilmon, Terriermon, Renamon, or Impmon in play. So you can play this for 1, basically, if you have a Terriermon. Which is pretty cool, because you usually have one, like, 99% of the time. I bricked once. Your turn, this Digimon can attack, so you can't swing with Calamon, which is okay. Then your turn, when one of your Digimon Digivolves, you may suspend this Digimon to gain 1 memory, draw 1 card, and have one of your Digimon get plus 3000 DP for the turn. Which is really, really good. This actually comes up, like you draw 1, gain a memory, and get plus 3k. That 3k actually matters. If you combo that with the yellow Rapidmon level 4, you can minus 5k off somebody, and then give that Rapidmon 3k, you could most likely swing over that Mon. Which is pretty nice. And you draw 1 and gain a memory. So, it's really good. Like, Calamon's actually really good in the Green Terriermon deck. So I run 4 of the memory blocking Terriermon, which is really cool, you know. All turns, your opponent can't gain memory except with Tamer effects. So that's just a straight up good Terriermon. I don't run all arts in this build, obviously it's green. I don't mess with that. 4 Terriermon from BT8. I believe it's from BT8. It is. So on play you may reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Garglemon or Rapidmon in its name among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of the deck. In any order. Really nice. It's a really nice Terriermon. You do get the search off, so it's like, it's not bad, it's not terrible. You want to play that, and you can play like Calamon the following turn, it's pretty good. 4 Terriermon from EX02. So, your turn, when you play a Green Tamer, gain 1 memory, so you drop a Willis or Henry, you basically gain a memory, which is really cool. And then when the opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this Digimon gets plus 2000 power inheritable, so just more buffs. So that's the rookie count. It's literally just Terriermon tribal. You just run 4 of each Terriermon. So you run 12 rookies total. Which is pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. I like it. 4 of the bunny. So I took this out of my yellow hybrid decks so I can make this green deck very good. Because yellow hybrid, I'm going to change it into like a red, yellow security control type thing. So it doesn't need this. Digivolve 3 from Terriermon, Black Tech, so you can do this in the breeding area if you want to. It has Armor Purge. When this Digimon will be deleted, you may trash top card of this Digimon to prevent that deletion. And then when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon for each Tamer you have in play. Then up to 3 of your opponent's suspended Digimon gets minus 5k. Which is really good. You can kill things pretty fast with that. I mean, I really don't have to explain further, right? You all know what that thing's crazy. That thing's crazy good. I'm pretty sure you can reduce the cost with Willis too by a lot, because you can stack those. So, Garglemon from BT3, 1.5 for English people. This card gets 1000 DP for each of your opponent's suspended Digimon, and it's a 1 cost, potentially 0. If you have Willis, really good. Really good Gargomon. And run two and to round it out. We got round two of each of these. So we run two of the Gargomon from EX2. When this Digimon would Digivolve, if you have a green tamer in play, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Then you can reduce it even further with Willis from America. And then inheritable with your turn once per turn. When the opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 power for the turn. Pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet. Two of the Arbormon. Just hyper for game. Like just Digivolve one of Willis or Henry and then just win. It's the win button. Pretty straightforward count. I'm pretty sure it's 12. 2, 4, 8, 12, yeah. Pretty good. And then I run for Rapidmon from EX2, the level 5. When Digivolving, if you have a green tamer in play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, so it just pops off your stuff. And then once per turn, when the opponent's Digimon becomes suspended and inheritable, it gains +1 security, so it just makes your Mega Gargomon, like, have that extra +1 crit. It's nice. This is my favorite Rapidmon, probably, besides the yellow one. This one's good, too, though. Run 3 this Rapidmon. He's a 2 cost, so that's good. And then he could be potentially less because of Willis from America. And then the inheritable is this Digimon. This card gets 1,000 DP for each of your opponent's suspended Digimon, so that's pretty good. Like just buffing. I like the inheritables in this deck, so it's pretty good. And one Argomon because they only let us run one. Digisorption, so you can tap something to reduce the memory cost of this Digivolution by 3. And when attacking, you may play one level 3 green Digimon card from your hand, suspended while paying the memory cost. So that's just busted, you know. That's why it's been hit to 1. It's too good. 4 of the Mega Gargomon from EX2. When Digivolving for each green tamer you have in play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. They don't unsuspend during the next turn. So it's really good because you can tap, you can target suspended Digimon even though they're already suspended and then make them not unsuspended, which is really cool because you can pick those targets anyway, even if they're already tapped. Mega Gargomon, when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. It doesn't unsuspend during your opponent's unsuspend phase, so it's the same concept, you know. Except this one doesn't need tamers out, which I enjoy. And then while your opponent has a suspended Digimon play, this Digimon gains +1 security. So, they're both very similar in effects. This one's the better one just because of the DP buff. Like, it's already natural 13k. You can potentially suspend more if you have more green tamers in play. And then that one attacking effect is pretty good. Return when your opponent suspended Digimon with DP less than or equal to this Digimon's DP to the owner's hand. So that's really good because I was bouncing, like, random stuff. Nice. So those are the Digimon. It's a pretty solid deck, to be honest. Like, I've been enjoying it. Then 4 Willis from America. So on play, you may hatch 1 Digi-Egg to an empty space in your breeding area. Then during your turn, when your Digimon will Digivolve into a Digimon with Gargomon or Rapimon's name, you may suspend this tamer to reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So it's pretty good because then it stacks too. So like you could be like, oh, I have 2 Willis out, I can tap those to make the Digivolution cost of something, but reduce it by 2, so you potentially make like this a 3 cost, you can make this a free, etc, etc. And I run 3 Henry. He's a memory setter from EX2, and then when you attack with a Digimon with Gargomon or Rapimon's name, you may suspend this tamer to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, so that can like trigger the pop off. You can start like getting buffs, you can get your +1 security, you can do other stuff. It's pretty neat. Swing over things in general. Green is very fun to set. I mean, I guess it's always been fun, but Terriermon is just moment time. Then we run 2 of the Digimodify Digivolution plugin S. So while you have a tamer in play, you may use this card without meeting the color requirements, which is fine because we're all green anyway. Draw 1, so when you use it, draw 1. Then you may Digivolve one of your Digimon to a Digimon card in your hand that can Digivolve for a Digivolution cost of 3 or less while paying the memory cost. I'm pretty sure you can't tap Willis for that. I should have looked up the ruling before making the deck profile, but I was using this mostly for building up towards this. because everything's like 3 or less with this, but I never actually tried to use this with a Mega in combination with Willis from America. I'll probably look up in the Facebook group and type it in because I'm pretty sure people have asked this question. So, you know, I'll look into it. But security, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add one Digimon card among them to your hand, place the remaining at the bottom, then add this card to your hand. It's a really good security effect too, so. Either way, this card's good. I'd still run it regardless of the ruling or not, you know, because either way, you can at least use it to build up to the next level. Like early game. And then hidden potential discovered. The next time when your green Digimon digivolves this turn, you may suspend when your Digimon to reduce the memory cost of the dilution by 5. You're only allowed to run 1 because it's busted. If you could run more, I'd run more because it's really good. But yeah, that's literally the only options I run because that's what Guil does. The deck runs great overall. The mirror match is hilarious. I played against Imperial. It did some work. I don't think it won, but it was doing work. Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching the deck profile. I had a great time building this with Guil. Well, just net decking basically, but still, it was still fun because Terriermon and green is coming back gradually. So, thanks again, everybody. I'll see you all next time. I don't know what the next deck profile will be. I'm running tight on the schedule here, but you know, it's okay because if there's a delay, that'll be great. But I think the era of delays is coming to an end soon because EX02 wasn't delayed, but we'll see how it goes. If it's delayed, great. We'll have more content. If not, we'll have to move on to BT9 pretty quick. So, I'll see you all next time. Thanks again.